Down into turn number 3 and 4. Do you think these guys are nervous? The biggest race they'll see here all year. $1,000 up for grabs. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is in the air. Mike Greenfield looks to be your early leader. He'll take him down the backstretch. Shane Ray settles to the outside. Here comes Phil DeZormo. DeZormo right down to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll work his way up towards the front of the field. They'll work off turn number 4 down the front stretch. They will come for the first time and all the way up into the number 2 spot is going to be the 26Z of Zach Stone. Caution is coming out. We got cars slow over on the backstretch. A couple of cars stopped and they got rolling once again, but the caution flag has waved.
Where the hell is it?
And Shane Ray's number 78. So it's going to be a lot of fun here. We got a lot of heavy hitters all throughout the field. Green flag getting ready to come back out again. 1 lap in, 19 to go for the Ron White Memorial for the Marcia Gibbons Thunder Stocks. Green flag is back in the air.
I don't know why it was 22 start over here.
Off turn number 2, they will go. It'll be Phil DeZormo again jumping out in front of the field as they head down the backstretch. Right on his back bumper will be the 26Z of Zach Stone into turn number 3 and 4. Stone's going to settle down in that number 3 spot. He's got company right in the back bumper. Here comes the 10 car, the TEN of Zach Petrie, Petrie coming right to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll work underneath Stone over in turn number 2. They'll work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. 3 cars nose to tail down the backstretch. Mike Greenfield's number 17 is going to hold on to the number 4 spot. Here comes the 7H of Joe Orvis as they work into turn number 3 and 4. Orvis trying to slide a nose underneath the 17 of Mike Greenfield. He'll get by him this time as they come down the front stretch, and Orvis now sets his sights towards the front of the field. Greenfield slides underneath Shane Ray's number 78. He'll take that spot away. The leaders will get together. 2 cars are hooked together, and our lead 2 cars are going to crash off the backstretch.
Single file, hold your position.
The Phil DeZormo number 26M and the 26Z of Zach Stone getting together over on the backstretch, and your first and second place cars are sitting on the outside of the racetrack. Season here at Can-Am. Mike Greenfield holds the number 3 spot, the 17 down to the bottom of the racetrack. It'll be the JR Durham 02 outside of him as we get ready to go back to racing action here. The Ron White Memorial for the Marcia Gibbons Thunder Stocks down into turn number 3 and 4, waiting for Petrie to pound the throttle. He'll jump on it right there. We go back to green. Zach Petrie right in the middle of the racetrack drives up to the top side of turn number 2. Down the backstretch he will go. Joe Orvis trying to hold on to the number 2 spot. JR Durham is going to get by the 17 of Greenfield. Now Durham sets his sights on the lead. Durham with a couple of feature wins already in the 2018 season. Our first 3 cars nose to tail all the way up next to the concrete wall. Here comes the number 66 down to the inside of the Speedway. That is Matt Zyra. Matt Zyra very quickly racing his way towards the front. Down the backstretch they will go. Down to turn number 3 and 4. Look at this battle. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 cars, 12 cars nose to tail off the north end of the Speedway. Down to turn number 1 and 2 they will go. Great battle here as they work it out for $1,000 down the backstretch. They will go. Zach Petrie, your leader. Joe Orvis holding on to the number 2 spot. Side by side battle for third. JR Durham the 02. And here comes Matt Zyra in the 66 machine. They'll work off turn number 4. Come racing down the front stretch. The 22 of Josh Vern and Mike Greenfield 17 are side by side. Vern's going to take over the number 5 spot off turn number 2. 2. Josh Fern up to 5th as they work off turn number 2. The number 17 of Greenfield gets shuffled back one more spot. Then he'll be followed a distance back by the 26B of Ray Beckler. They work through turn number 3 and 4. Charging down the front stretch. Great battle out in front. Here comes Joe Orvis. Bottom of the racetrack in the 7H machine. Off turn number 2, Joe Orvis had a nose underneath of the Zach Petrie ride, but Petrie holds him off down the backstretch. There goes the number 66, Matt Zyra. He'll go to the outside of J.R. Durham's ride. They'll switch lanes over in turn number 3 and 4. Zyra going up the hill off turn number 4, trying to reel in your leader. Again, Zach Petrie on the outside, Joe Orvis down to the bottom. Orvis going to drive deep down into turn number 1 and 2, but Petrie able to hold him off. Petrie a little bit quicker through the middle of the speedway. Off turn number 2, now Matt Zyra is going to race his way up into the 3rd spot. Down the backstretch, they will go, J.R. Durham settles back into the 4th spot. Here comes Josh Fern, the 22. Mike Greenfield just outside the top 5 as they come off turn number 4 and down the front stretch. Ray Beckler, the next car in line. That's the number 78 going to the outside. That is Shane Ray as he will work outside the number 11J of Justin Burns. These guys just outside the top 5. One car slow down the front stretch. That is going to be the number 5 of Donnie Woodworth out of Watertown. And Don Woodworth going to roll to a stop right down here in front. And that's going to bring out our second caution of the event. 9 laps in, I think. Greenfield in the number 17 as we get ready to go back at it again. Inside the next row is Shane Ray in the 78. Outside him, Justin Burns, 11J, as we go back to green one more time. Side by side, they'll work off turn number 2. Orvis down to the bottom. Petrie to the outside. Here comes Matt Zyra. Zyra's going to make it 3 wide down into turn number 3 and 4. And Matt Zyra thought better of that. Backed off the throttle. Lets those two go. And he's going to get right back into the mix again. Joe Orvis going to bring him down the front stretch. Zach Petrie outside as they go down into turn number 1 and 2. 3 cars trying to break from the field. Off turn number 2, they will dance. Are you kidding me? This is front row, side by side, lap after lap, and here comes another car. Matt Zyra right back into the mix again. Matt Zyra looking for room to run, but first and second place are side by side right in front of him. They work off turn number 4. Down the front stretch they will go. Just outside that lead battle, here comes the number 22 of Josh Fern. Looks to the inside of the 02 of J.R. Durham. That's the battle for the 4th spot on the field. Mike Greenfield back at it again in the number 17. Will go to the outside of Josh Fern. They'll drag race down to the turn number 3. That is the battle for spot number 5 on the field. And Shane Ray looking right at the back of that battle as they come off turn number 4 down the front stretch. One car is going to roll to a stop all the way at the top of turn number 3, so that's going to bring caution back out to the speedway once again. That is the 11J of Justin Burns, one of the cars who was just into the top 5, and now Burns is going to end up sitting at a stop on top of turn number 3, 12 laps in, and caution will wave one more time. And that's Zach Petrie, and then the 66 of Matt Zyra's outside, in that next row coming to the bottom, and then outside him will be J.R. Durham, and rounding out the top 5 cars is Josh Fern in that 22. Green flag is going to wave. We go at it one more time. Look at that restart by Matt Zyra. He's going to drive right up towards the front of the field. We got a new leader over at turn number 2. Zyra's going to take them down the backstretch as they swing into turn number 3 and 4. Back around this time, they'll come screaming down the front stretch. Halfway home this time, 25 lap feature go as they come racing down in front. Zyra 3 car lengths out in front as we hit the halfway point of the Ron White Memorial. Over in turn number 2, Joe Orvis trying to hold on to the second spot. They'll work out turn number 2. Then it'll be Zach Petrie, the 10 car, followed by the 02 of J.R. Durham, the 22 of Josh Vern, and then the 78 machine of Shane Ray. The inside that next row will be the number 17 of Mike Greenfield as they work off turn number 4, the 16 of Chris Marcinko, the next car in line as they come racing down the front stretch. Marcinko in there, Ray Beckler now side by side with the 06 machine that belongs to Charles Sibley. These guys just outside the top 5, midway down the backstretch. Down to the turn to number 3 and 4, and Matt Zyra took his time getting to the front of the field, took advantage on that last restart, and the young man making the long trip all the way down from Malone, New York, is just 10 laps away right now as he'll work off turn number 2, go racing down the backstretch. 5 car lengths out in front of Joe Orvis as they go to 3 and 4. Orvis now comfortably into the number 2 spot as Zach Petrie tries to close in on that battle. J.R. Durham coming to the inside of turn number 4, trying to pick up another spot as they come racing down the front stretch. Durham's going to get to the inside of Zach Petrie, but Petrie able to hold him off this time down in turn number 1 and 2. They'll go to turn number 2. Petrie coming down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Couple of cars together right here on the front stretch. The 06 of Charles Sibley is going to get twisted in a knot right here on the front stretch, gets it fired back up. Track safety lights going off. Billy Isley one more time will pull the FX Caprera Can-Am Speedway pace truck down to the safe haven of the infield. We get ready to turn them loose. Kurt Beckwith back to the flag stand, puts the green flag out in the air. We go back to racing action. Going around on the outside, Joe Orvis, our leader, slows. The 66 of Matt Zyra has slowed over in turn number 1 and 2. We got a new leader down the backstretch. Joe Orvis out of the Fargeville back to the front of the field. And we're going to have to get the caution flag out. The car moving once again. So the caution flag going to come out. 8 more laps out there for the $1,000 grand prize here tonight for the Ron White Memorial Race for the Marsha Gibbons Thunderstocks. 8 more to go down into turn number 3 and 4. Track safety lights are off. We are ready to pound the throttles one more time. Durham's going to fire first on the outside. Green flag is back in the air. Well, Zach Petrie's going to get a great restart in that 10 car. He'll take him off turn number 2. They're 3 wide for the number 2 spot. Down the backstretch, we will go. 3 wide battle for Joe Orvis coming right back to the inside. Orvis back up to the number 2 spot. J.R. Durham to the outside. 1 car hung way off the outside. Caution flag is going to wave. So 1 car off the racing surface over on the outside. You didn't see it. The 11J of Justin Burns, he'll get it fired back up and drives down onto the backstretch. Got up front, disted back, came right back to the front again. Inside row number 3, that'll be the 17 of Mike Greenfield. Outside him will be Shane Ray in the 78, Ray Beckler. Inside row number 4, as we get ready to go back to it, outside row 4 will be the 16 of Matt Marcinko. As we get ready to go back to battle one more time, the 66 of Matt Zyra, who was the leader a few laps ago before slowing on the backstretch, has worked his way back up through the mid-pack. Track safety lights going off. Green flag is ready to be displayed one more time. Off turn number 3 and 4, green flag is going to come back out. Down the front stretch, they will come. Joe Orvis coming towards the front of the field. He'll work underneath Zach Petrie. They'll be side by side. Turn number 2. Down the back stretch, they will go. J.R. Durham is slow to the top side of the racetrack. Durham is slow over on the back stretch, and that's going to bring out the caution once again, I think. And yes, it will when they come to the line. Caution flag is going to have to wave. The 61 of Jerry Rogers facing the wrong direction. Well, J.R. Durham, a couple of feature wins already. Just outside the top 5, it'll be Matt Marcinko in that 16. Ray Beckler, the 26, the 94 of excuse me, O.J. White, the 11T machine. That belongs
7 each. The leader.
the 77T of Tyler Burns, excuse me, the next car in line over there in turn number 1 and 2 when we get ready to go back to a racing action. Outside him will be the 06 of Charles Sibley.
Look, everybody's staying tonight.
Yeah. Off turn number 3 and 4, green flag is back in the air. Matt Zyra is going to race right back to the front of the field. He'll take him down into turn number 2. Off turn number 2, they will dance. Joe Orvis now to the second spot. Here comes Zach Petrie on the outside of the Speedway. Down into turn number 3 and 4, Mike Greenfield gets a beautiful restart. He'll race his way back up to the number 4 spot. They come off turn number 4 down in front. Kurt Beckwith's going to wave at the field. 5 more laps to go. Matt Zyra, middle of the Speedway, will take him off turn number 2 down the backstretch. He will go. Joe Orvis trying to reel him in. Here comes Zach Petrie, number 10, as they work off turn number 2 midway down the backstretch. Then it is the number 17, Mike Greenfield, holds on to the 4th spot. 5th belongs to the 22 of Josh Verne, all the way up to the top side of the Speedway. Shane Ray's number 78 will look at the inside of him as they come off turn number 4 down the front stretch. Then it'll be a distance back to Ray Beckler trying to hold on to the 6th spot. Chris Marcinko will battle with him over in turn number 1 and 2. The 61 of Jerry Rogers back into the mix as they'll exit turn number 2 down the backstretch. The 06 machine of Charles Sibley, the next in line down the backstretch, followed by O.J. White, then the 77T of Tyler Burns as they head to turn number 3 and 4. Back up front, your leader continues to be the 66 of Matt Zyra. He'll take him down to turn number 1 and 2. Again, Zyra about a groove and a half off the bottom of the racetrack, not leaving any room for anybody to take advantage as they head down to turn number 3 and 4. 6 cars, nose to tail, turn number 3 and 4. Parallel stakes are coming out. 1 mile away, $1,000 on the line. They'll bring him off turn number 4. Down the front stretch they will come. Now listen, 1 mile to go as they work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Matt Zyra trying to hold off a hard charging Joe Orvis and Zach Petrie. They'll go to turn number 3 and 4. This time when they come around, the white flag will be up. They'll be half a mile away from a $1,000 payday. Matt Zyra down in front. Joe Orvis throwing everything at him but the kitchen sink down to turn number 1 and 2. Off turn number 2 they will go. Zyra, who had problems midway through the race, now races out to about a 3-car advantage down to turn number 3 and 4. For the final time they will go. Zyra, being very careful, works off the bottom of the Speedway, comes up through the middle. He'll work off turn number 4. Matt Zyra is going to win the Ron White Memorial. He'll be followed by Joe Orvis in the 7H, the 10 car of Zach Petrie, followed by the number 22 of Josh Verne.
5 to the scales.
The 78 of Shane Ray will finish 4th. 5th will be Ray Beckler. 6th will be Mike Greenfield. 7th will be Matt Marcinko, followed by the 61 of Jerry Rogers. A lot shorter here tonight for the number 66 of Matt Zyra, the Marcia Gibbons Thunderstock feature winner here. The Ron White Memorial Champion is going to be Matt Zyra. He's getting the steering wheel off inside the car, ready to climb out on the backside. Congratulations coming from our flagger, Steve Rickett, down here. Getting the belts off inside the off the race car and getting ready to climb out. Put your hands together, your Ron White Memorial winner. Here is Matt Zyra.
Oh, I tell you. He's lucky that 7's not down. I'll tell you that right now. That was a dirty move.
Matt, congratulations, man. That had to seem, I'll tell you, that last 8 laps had to feel like an hour and a half to you.
It was about 2 hours, especially with the adrenaline flowing. You know, it was a dirty move over there in turn 3 and 4 when I got my flat tire. That 7 each. I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll be back.
You made a long trip down here. This is going to make for a short ride home, isn't it?
It's going to make for a pleasurable ride home, and there'll be a lot of stories to tell, believe me.
People you want to thank, Matt.
Got to thank my girlfriend, my parents, Francis White, the Ludlows, everybody that puts the time into putting this show on. We pay the same amount of money to come into the pits as the modified drivers, the sportsman drivers. We get no recognition in these 4-cylinders. Those guys right there, that's why I'm here. I bought this car at 4:30 tonight. It got delivered to me at 4:30 tonight so I could come here to support them because it's phenomenal what they do.
$1,000. That makes it really sweet, doesn't it?
It's going to make it very nice. It's going to help pay for a tire or two.
Matt, we haven't seen you in quite a while. Welcome back to the Can-Am Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Zyra is going to be your Ron White Memorial feature winner here this evening.